The next point which we are supposed to know is about computer mediated communication. So, computer supported cooperative work, which is CSCW, is about groups of users, how to design the system to support their work as a group and how to understand the effect of technology on their work patterns. One major area within CSCW, that is computer supported cooperative work, is the provision of computer systems to support group working. These products are often called as groupwares, which we have studied somewhere beforehand. There are a range of groupware systems from email and video conferencing to shared editors and co-authoring systems. Computer mediated communication is a type of groupware system supporting direct communication between participants. We begin by looking at systems which support direct communication called computer mediated communication, or we would be calling it as CMC, and is an important part of CSCW. However, good communication is not sufficient. The participants must be able to cooperate about their work. Under this, we are supposed to know about email and bulletin boards, structured message system, text messaging, video, and virtual environments. Let's start with the very first one, which is email and bulletin boards. We all make use of email system. Many will have used some form of bulletin boards also, or electronic conferencing system also. All of them have different stages. They have different stages including the preparation of writing an email along with an header, dispatching, where we are instructing that once the email is returned or done, we have to send it. After sending or after dispatch, we would say the email is supposed to be delivered at the recipient's end, maybe within some time or maybe it may take hours, and notification indicating that it has arrived at the recipient's end, or it may also show some receipt which reads the message using an email program. In email, there can be one or set of many recipients, right? And in case of bulletin boards, we would say that there is only going to be a very small difference between the use of list of recipients and fully fledged bulletin boards or electronic conferencing systems. Now, whenever we are typing an email, we have a to field or a field where we want to address multiple recipients. So here, in case of emails, we say that the sender is deciding the delivery of emails for identical email to be sent to different or one or more than one recipients. Okay, now there are some differences between both of them. In case of emails, we say that we can have one-to-one where we are sending an email or we are having a direct communication. In case of one-to-many, we say that we may have some sort of, this is simple one, but in case of emails where many recipients are there, there is a distribution list. Okay, in case of bulletin boards, we would say that it could be a type of broadcast distribution, but over here we are saying that there would be communication from one to many users. In case of emails, the control of sending the email lies completely at the end of the sender, but in case of bulletin boards, a recipient has the complete control where he can subscribe to particular topics or can view the bulletins which is required to be read by the particular recipient. The next one is about structured message system. So we would say that the structured message system have been developed to help deal with some sort of overload when there is a lot of emails which are sent in terms of bulk from one sender to many recipients. Unnecessarily, some of the times many mails come and are dropped in our email box. So to overcome this overload, this structured message system was designed. So some form of filtering is done in order to sort items into different categories, either by importance or by subject matter, as well as text, message, normal email, or some other fields. Okay, so structured message systems have far more domain specific fields. In this case, we would say there would be fields which are domain specific. I hope everyone might have seen the concept of spam mails. We can create different folders. There are some messages which come and drop directly into the inbox, which directly come and are put up in the spam box, and so on. So this is nothing but a type of structured message system. Also, we would say that there would be a filtering of type, where we would say that there are different types of announcements, for example, which we are making. So there can be a type of seminar announcement, there can be who all are the receivers. So everything whatever is given is in the form of structured format. Fine. So this type of messaging system is a structured message system where everything is structured, the time, the subject, place. So we can put a filter on any of them. As nowadays, if we want to search for a particular email, we can structure and check for a particular email sent by a particular person, either from someone or to someone, and at a particular date also. Now text is great. Now we are in the world where we are dealing with smartphones, but initially when it started, only SMS was a service which was possible. So the text message was a very great achievement at a particular time, at the initial stage of instant messaging. So more of the conversation was done on instant messaging. People used to type small messages and used to write all the things. So it was originally a feature of internal management protocol, and short messages with some typical characters which could have been sent with text and or numbers was adopted. Also later on it came up with the after SMS, the idea of MMS came up, where multimedia messages was proposed to be transferred. Now we have overcome all of them, and now we are into a format of smartphones. We would be learning that further. So this is a type of example of short message which is being sent. So someone is saying, hi, you there? The other person says, yes. Had a good night last night. Oh, want to meet me later? So there is a small message which is being put up over here. So SMS came up into picture, wherein it was used mostly for sending small messages. So staff could send SMS to central number. Messages used to appear in the offices. Then it was also used for sending on jokes from one person to the other, or to multiple recipients as well from the sender side. Now when we say communication, the communication can be synchronous, or we would say remote. So the technology later on developed and started to make use of different networks, or different networks like ISDN network, plus some sort of compression techniques came into picture, where internet or webcams were also used. Major uses were for video conferencing, pervasive video for social contacts, integration with other applications. So we started right from the emails, then we started off for the structured messages. Later on we learned about the small messages and then SMS, and now we are talking about the techniques which grew from some smaller SMS to MMS, and from MMS to a technology which is opting for ISDN or compression techniques to send animations or videos. These are often cheaper than face-to-face meetings or telecommunications cost. We can compare them as telecommunication cost versus the cost of an air flight. There are many video issues also. Even if we are saying that we do teleconferencing or video conferencing rather, people are sometimes not very happy. They're more happy to meet face to face. One of the probably drawback is that there is no direct eye contact over there. So we are not able to find out what is the actual reaction of the person who is sitting in front of us in the video conferencing. So the other technology which is there is the web video. Okay, so in case of video conferencing, which is an expensive technology, but here internet is almost free. So we have web cameras, so we have used for face-to-face chat, which we do over here, but it may be a problem if we have a low bandwidth. So the pictures block out and it becomes very terrible for a person to communicate with the other. Sometimes it's a possibility that the audio which we want to hear is not clear also. So we may use text chat in such cases. Then there are some other things like collaborative virtual environments, that is CVE, where we are making use of multimedia. A lot of animation is being used, a lot of text is being used for a communication, for connecting to the users of the system, and so on. And finally, we would say that we now are talking in terms of the virtual world, where also, and right now, if I say, we would give the best example as people are now have grown up so much that everyone is happy to talk to each other, probably on video conferencing in the form of Skype calls, probably, or in the form of maybe in the form of calls from Zoom, using the Zoom technology, and so on. So communication has become a major communication has become a major application where HCI is used in terms saying how the components of all the communication systems should be and how those should be used further. Now let's say finding out the things on web future of HCI. Before this, I would say that there is one more important topic called as ubiquitous computing. So I'm expecting that ubiquitous computing is a technology which is already known to you, and I would like to you all to do a small self study based on that. So finding things on web future of HCI. We won't consider many applications. You have already learned many of them. There are multiple applications of HCI which are already there in the existing system. So education is one of them, where we are providing e-learning. What I am doing with you all is right now an e-learning method where we are having an e-class. This is a normal lecture, and when we say that we have an e-class, we would say that all the things are shown. Okay, and finally, what happens in a virtual class? So we would say that using probably a Google Classroom, we are able to contact with each other. You are able to view my video lectures, and so on. It basically says what happens where. Architectural design is about what happens where. This affects all these things, whatever we are doing, maybe via a Google Classroom or maybe via a video conferencing or a Zoom call or something like that. Everything affects is the feedback, means how is the action which is being performed and what is the result of it. Feed through, seeing effects of other people's actions. Also it affects the complexity of implementation and also the maintenance. The technology are there, many technologies are there. There are some client servers, there are clients, there are servers, there are different technologies which are being used at the client end. At the server end, there are different types of machines. We talk about PHPs, we talk about Flash as an animation software. Many more are now developed. We are talking about the languages, different methods which are there, and various peoples who are communicating with each other through socio-technical solutions to find out some solutions for some technical solutions for some social causes also. So the user's view, we would say that what changes, by whom it is being changed, and how often it is changed. Fine. Thank you.